Hello! Welcome to the first haul of faves of the new year 2018 from me and Miso. She's probably much bigger than the last time you saw her, which would have been a little while ago. But okay, you can go now. Thank you for the intro. But yes, today's video is a collective haul of faves from basically where we left off last time. So I think last video was June to October, which means this video is November to January. Miso is jingling away. You can come back. Everybody wants you to come back, so whenever you're ready. So the first fave, although is it a fave? I'm not really sure if I love it yet or if it's still too new for me, but quite obviously I have changed my hair. I am like a Malfoy blonde baby at the moment, which I don't hate. The first blonde I went, I did hate, just because it was a bit awkward going from, you know, orange to blonde. It was a little bit tricky and it wasn't the best colour, but this second round has just really smoothed her off. I like it a lot. So yeah, this is where I'm at the moment. Again, I don't love it, but it's a process, so we'll see where this goes. And yeah, I slept in braids, so here we are today. Now, as far as the material items go, let's start with the first one, which is literally made out of material. Now, this was a Christmas present. It was something I did not ever expect to be on the physical plane, but it's my own merch. It's a Cat Guts tote bag, which I just think is the most brilliant gift. It's got my new font on it, Mermaid from Da Font. Very official. And then on the back, because yes, it is a double-sided print, we have Funeral for My Fitness. So that's pretty cool. I am pretty stoked with this gift. I have used it. Like, I love a good useful gift. And yeah, it's kind of weird, you know, walking around with your name on a bag, but at the same time, I love it. So the second big thing is I finished a series of Unfortunate Events last year from beginning to end. I read the lot and she shook me. It did not end how I remembered or expected it, but to be fair, I haven't read those books for about 10 years. So, you know, that's what happens over a decade. I guess you forget a few book endings. And it shook me. It made me even angrier about the Netflix series because, anyway, not getting into that, but I finished the 13 books, loved it, and then I was like, I need to read the follow-up. So there's the Unauthorized Biography by Lemony Snicket and the Letters to Beatrice book, which are both kind of like secondary text to the books. They give a little bit more insight and some clues into the whole, you know, Lemony Snicket, Baudelaire case, etc. And I bought them online. This is so strange. I bought them online on this week, say it was Monday, I can't remember which day it was, but I bought them on Monday, came to work on Tuesday, so the next day, and then my friend at work, who I haven't spoken to in like a couple of weeks, have not mentioned this to her at all, she just walked up to my desk while I was on the phone and just put both of the books that I had ordered just on my desk, just being the little cutie that she is, and walked away. And I was like, what? So strange, so surreal. So now I get to return these books, so I essentially get to read them for free. So that's the one good thing. And I have started the Lemony Snicket Unauthorized Biography, which is, you know, appropriately cryptic, as you would assume from a Lemony Snicket book. So that's been enjoyable. And then the second is the Letters to Beatrice, which is more of a different format altogether. This is much more of a collector's type book, and it has, you know, a poster in it, and then the book, and it's kind of like a case file. So I am looking forward to reading these two, because since I finished the 13th book, like, so much is revealed and I'm so deep down the rabbit hole. Like, I'm on like the series of Unfortunate Events wiki page. Like, I've gone too far. So thank you, Beck. I appreciate these very much. Then let's have a looky. Oh, some photography stuff. I really wanted a few trick lenses. I had this one that was my great grandfather's, and it was a Hoyer lens that was like a refraction filter, and it was super cool, and I used to have so much fun with it, but it was so old and she just did not stand the test of time, unfortunately. So I hopped on eBay, and it turns out you can buy trick and prism lenses quite cheaply these days, which was much to my delight. So I picked up this one, which is a kind of like 5-panel piece, which is super cool. I don't know if this is a real brand, but it just says Asian 72mm multi-image. So that's what this one is. It was like 60 bucks, which is pretty reasonable, and it is glass as well. So I've been having a lot of fun with this. You would have seen this used in the last My Saturday Mood episode, which I'm having a lot of fun making actually. Having a lot of fun. In addition to finding this baby on eBay, I came across this treasure trove of vintage art filters from Japan, still in their boxes, an absolute bargain as well, might I add. And they're by Marumi, and these are some of my favorites. I have the triangle, which is just kind of the 3 pictures in one, the DR4X, which is it's like reflects light and brings little rainbow flares all over the place. But this one is my favorite, which I think is it's a pretty subtle effect, but it's called Fogalizer, and it just kind of makes things really diffused and soft and dreamy. So I'm really excited to do some shooting with that one. And that brings us to the end of the Fotogen. The next few things again are Christmas presents. One is this lovely giant raw cut piece of citrine with a tea light hole ground in there, so it's a beautiful stone as well as decor. So I enjoy this, and it just hangs out downstairs. Citrine, I don't know why, for whatever reason, but I just really like this stone. I like the kind of gold smoky kind of vibes it puts off, so that was a good one. The next thing is Rose Gem. I may have mentioned this before in a Christmas video because I've been obsessed with this forever, but it's a like Christmas exclusive at Lush. It's the most beautiful scent. It's obviously a rose scent, and every year I never buy enough of it. I bought myself a bottle, and then I told my friend, I was like, if you haven't bought me Christmas presents already, buy me Rose Gem so I can stock up. So luckily she did, so thank you, Brie. And I kind of don't want to open this bottle because I went to Lush on Boxing Day to try and, you know, get it on the sales, get me some more Rose Gem, and there was a line coiling outside of this store down the road. They had security guards. It was just too much, and I was like, oh, sorry. So I missed out on getting more Rose Jam, but at least I have a little one left. I don't know when I'm gonna crack it open though. Maybe one day, maybe on my birthday, I don't know. It's gotta be worth it though because she smells good. And the last thing in today's video is the most disappointing, and it is a perfume. Now I usually have like bougie perfumes and they last me, you know, a whole year, which is great because they cost a lot of money. Why is perfume so expensive? Anyway, I'd run out of my perfume and I didn't have, you know, $100 to throw. Ooh, threw that one, jeez. I didn't have like $100 to throw on a perfume, so I went online. I went to this site called Demeter, who do really cool, they're more kind of colognes to perfumes. Not that I'm really savvy on what the difference is, but that's what they call their scents. And they have really specific ones. They have like baby smell and dirt and like Christmas cake and, you know, all these really obscure scents, which I thought was really interesting. They have rain. I thought that was cool. Didn't try it. And they were $29 on the site I was on. So I was like, like, let's give it a go. And they had one called Funeral Home. So naturally, that's the one I went for. It actually makes me ill what this smells like. I was hoping, well, it's described as being a scent of kind of like lilies and, you know, like a funeral bouquet is kind of what they're going for. But the only thing funeral related this smells like to me is like the bottom of a bin, or like a coffin spray that has just been sitting out in the sun for a few days. Like, it just smells rotten. It's a really horrible smell. So I was very disappointed by buying this. I'm glad it wasn't terribly expensive, you know, because at the end of the day, although the novelty was there of it being called Funeral Home, I did need perfume. And I came out with stinky water. So, you know, it's not always going to be good. So yeah, so that brings us to the end of this haul of faves. It might be a slightly short one. I haven't bought a whole lot of things, as you can probably tell from this modest haul, and I'm not really planning to in the future. I'm definitely trying to crack down this year. I've got a lot of goals, kind of financially, home-wise, holidays, etc., things that I want to achieve. So there might not be as much material stuff to have a monthly haul of faves, so I might keep it to like bi-monthly or however many months it takes me to actually, you know, have enough stuff that's worth showing you. So yeah, like what was the first one? June to October, that was quite a long one. And then November to January, so maybe I'll touch base in maybe 2 months time, just depending on what happens there, and we can continue on the Haul of Faves. But yeah, apart from that, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're having a lovely new year so far. It's only been 6 days, but so far it's been mostly pretty good for me. There's been a lot of positive energy and a lot of positive kind of pushes forward, so I'm hanging on to that. As always, if you have anything you want to recommend or request or ask me about, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm always there for a chat, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!